Is LeBron James the real GOAT of basketball? It's a debate that rages on across barbershops, Twitter threads, and even NBA locker rooms. Today we're not going to throw on the usual 6 reigns to 4 reigns argument, because if we did that, Bill Russell with his 11 championships would be the undisputed king, and Robert Horry would be on the NBA's Mount Rushmore. No, this isn't just about jewelry. This is about the body of work, the full resume, the sustained dominance, the peaks, the valleys, and the evolution of LeBron James. From high school prodigy to NBA Iron Man, LeBron's case as the greatest of all time is built on longevity, versatility, impact, and a playoff legacy that reads like an epic saga. So let's break it down piece by piece. Let's start with longevity. Michael Jordan dominated for about 11 years. He had 2 retirements, played 15 seasons, and peaked harder than anyone. But LeBron, he's been elite for 21 years straight, across 3 different decades. He's reinvented himself time and time again. A slasher in Cleveland, a bully ball scorer and elite defender in Miami, and a cerebral floor general in LA. In his age 40 season, he averaged 24, 7, 8. Those aren't just good numbers, they'd be a career year for most NBA players. Let's put it in perspective. Kareem at 40 averaged 10 points. Tim Duncan, 8. Karl Malone, 13. Even Michael Jordan, age 40, was down to 20. LeBron has broken the rules of aging in basketball. From 2005 to 2025, 20 straight years, he's averaged over 25 points per game. That's 20 years of being the best or among the best in the world. His accolades read like an RPG character matched out in every attribute. 21-time All-Star, the most in NBA history. 20 All-NBA selections, the most ever. That's 2 decades at the top as both an offensive engine and a defensive presence. Jordan made 10 All-NBA teams in his career. LeBron has doubled that. And remember, this isn't just about collecting trophies. It's about the level you have to maintain to keep earning them. Even in year 21, LeBron was still making All-NBA, still feared, still leading. 4 MVPs, 4 Finals MVPs, 6 All-Defensive teams, twice a Defensive Player of the Year runner-up, only lost out to Dwight Howard and Marc Gasol, both defensive anchors. No player has had more sustained dominance across the board: offense, defense, leadership, and longevity. The numbers tell their own story. Number 1 all-time in points, regular season, and playoffs. Top 5 in assists as a forward. Number 1 in playoff steals. Number 1 in playoff minutes. 2nd in field goals made. 1st in combined regular season and playoff win shares, 5th in triple doubles, and just a few games away from becoming the playoff leader. And here's what separates him. He's a one-man offensive ecosystem. In multiple seasons, LeBron has either scored or assisted on over 40% of his team's total offense. That's not just playing the game, that's controlling it. LeBron's playoff resume is a saga. He's played more minutes in the playoffs than anyone, over 12,000. That's almost 2 full NBA seasons of playoff basketball. Rewind to LeBron's first 7 seasons in Cleveland. The best teammate he had, Mo Williams, old Ben Wallace, old Shaq. Cleveland was never a super team. They were built on one thing: LeBron's brilliance. The Cavs weren't supposed to compete with the Pistons, the Celtics, or the Spurs, but LeBron carried them. He didn't just lead, he dragged them into contention. Need proof? Let's go to 2007, Game 5 of the Eastern Conference Finals versus the Pistons. The series is tied 2-2. LeBron is just 22 years old, facing a Detroit team fresh off an NBA title. And then, LeBron goes nuclear. Scores 29 of the Cavs' final 30 points. He drops 25 straight, finishes with 48 points, and seals it with a game-winning layup in double overtime. It wasn't just dominance, it was a coronation. By 2010, LeBron had led the Cavs to back-to-back 60-win seasons, but it still wasn't enough. The front office failed to build a true contender around him. Then came the decision. LeBron left Cleveland, and the collapse was immediate. From 60 wins to 19. A 26-game losing streak, one of the worst in NBA history. The Cavs didn't just lose their MVP, they lost their identity. That was the price of depending too heavily on one man. Fast forward to 2012. LeBron is now in Miami. The Heat are now facing elimination, down 3-2 in the Eastern Conference Finals against the Boston Celtics. Game 6, TD Garden, a hostile crowd, legacy on the line, and LeBron ice cold. Made 6 of his first 7 shots, 14 points in the first quarter, 30 in the first half, finished with 45 points, 15 rebounds, shooting a ridiculous 73% from the field, and on the other hand, he locked down Paul Pierce, holding him to 3 of 16 shooting, 0 of 6 from 3. That game didn't just save the Heat's season, it changed LeBron's legacy forever. And then there was the 2016 Finals, the crown jewel. Down 3-1 to a 73-9 Warriors team against the only unanimous MVP in history, LeBron delivered a historic comeback, leading both teams in points, rebounds, assists, steals, and blocks. Game 5, 41 points. Game 6, 41 points. Game 7, the block. No player in NBA history has a more complete finals performance. Critics love to bring up LeBron's finals record, 4 wins, 6 losses. But context matters. 3 of those losses came against the Warriors dynasty, including the super team that added Kevin Durant. Another came in 2007, when his second best player was Larry Hughes. He didn't lose in the finals because he failed. He got to the finals when no one else could have. And let's not ignore Jordan's playoff stumbles. In 1989, he dropped his 15 points in a playoff loss, getting outplayed by Mark Jackson. In 1993, he shot 3 of 18 in a win against the Knicks. In 1997, he went 9 of 35 in Eastern Conference loss to the Heat. No legend wins alone, but LeBron made the impossible possible more often than anyone. When it comes to finals competition, LeBron faced teams with a higher average win percentage than Jordan's opponents, 76% to 74%. Jordan faced strong teams, LeBron faced dynasties. He went toe-to-toe with the Spurs dynasty, coached by Greg Popovich, led by Tim Duncan, Tony Parker, and Manu Ginobili, a team that defined 2 decades of basketball excellence. He battled the Warriors dynasty, the greatest regular season team in NBA history, 73-9, with a former unanimous MVP in Steph Curry, Klay Thompson's flamethrower shot, Draymond Green's defense, and then they added Kevin Durant, arguably the most unstoppable scorer since Michael Jordan. Think about that. LeBron to go through 2 MVPs on the same team, prime Durant and prime Curry, coached by Steve Kerr with an elite supporting cast and top-tier chemistry. He faced Kawhi Leonard, the LeBron stopper, in his finals MVP breakout. He faced Dirk Nowitzki's Mavericks, who rolled through the defending champion Lakers and dismantled the Miami Big Three with precision. Jordan's faced great challengers, LeBron's faced all-time juggernauts. He didn't lose because he wasn't great enough, he lost because the mountain he had to climb was taller, steeper, and covered in legends. And more often than not, he still reached the summit. LeBron's not just a player, he's a timeline of NBA evolution. From playing against Kobe Bryant to sharing the floor with Victor Wembanyama, LeBron has spanned generations. He adapted from a slasher to a playmaker to a three-point shooter. He leads all forwards in career assists, became a floor general with the vision of Magic and the power of Karl Malone. He's 7th all-time in three-pointers made, ahead of sharpshooters like Paul Pierce and Klay Thompson. He's reinvented himself more times than the league has changed rules. At 34, Jordan walked away from the game a second time. At 35, LeBron won a championship. At 39, Jordan was a volume scorer on a lottery team. At 39, LeBron was the engine of a playoff contender, dropping 28 per game. We're not here to slander Michael Jordan. He's an icon, a legend, and a foundational pillar of basketball greatness. But LeBron, he might just be something more. Not just the greatest scorer, not just the most durable, not just the most complete. LeBron James, not just the king of a generation, the king of the entire game.